How do you know if you're ready for a street fight? Like, what belt level do you need to be in your martial art? How much training do you need before you're ready to confidently enter a street fight? And that's this week's question of the week. I'm al-Aziz, the owner and head instructor of Semper Fortis jiu-jitsu here in San Antonio, Texas. I'm going to tackle this week's question of the week. So the question actually came from one of my purple belts who's been training for a while. He's very good at jiu-jitsu. And he got into a confrontation out in the public. It didn't turn into a street fight, but they had some words, and there was a misunderstanding, and unfortunately, they peacefully resolved it. But my friend asked me afterwards, he's like, man, although I've been training for a while, in the back of my mind, I was like, man, am I really ready for this? And it's a great question, and it's a great perspective. And my answer is, you should avoid a street fight unless there's no other option. Meaning, they have already, engaged and assaulted you, or, an innocent person, a family member, a friend, or maybe you're trying to help an innocent person that's being assaulted. Other than that, you should avoid it. Like, walk away. I don't care if they said something bad about your spouse, your mother, said something bad about you. Like, people like on social media love to say I look like some anime character as I sit here. I think he called him Master Roshi. Get a good laugh of it. Keep going on your day. Because the risk of a street fight is ultimately catastrophic. Like, you may not survive it. And how do you know you're prepared? Well, you don't. You won't know until it actually happens. And because there's so many variables. One, the biggest variable, is the person attacking you gets to choose the time and the place, and oftentimes the first blow. And man, that's a tough obstacle to deal with. And also, you don't know, is the person armed? Are they going to use a firearm? Are they going to use a knife? Are they going to use pepper spray? They have like some kind of taser. And or is there one or more people around you that's going to help them in the fight against you? So you have all these variables that you don't know, and the outcome could be catastrophic. And so I would say avoid street fights unless there is absolutely no other choice and you're doing it in self-defense. And you're not going to know if you're ready that day until that day comes along. The things that you can do to be better prepared is 1, train. 2, spar live. The more live sparring you have, the better your muscle memory is going to be. So if you're in a fight, it's muscle memory. It's not you thinking about what I need to do. It's like, oh no, I need to do this, and this just happens. So the more you live spar, the better you're going to be prepared for the confrontation. But there's so many variables. Like, you don't know what the skill level of this person is, and they may be more skilled than you. It's like, oh, if you're a purple belt, yeah, you should be ready for a street fight. Well, what if this person you're arguing with is a black belt? Things could go bad. Or like I said, what if they're armed? What if they have friends to assist them? There's so many variables. So I always advocate, fighting as a last resort and only in self-defense, whether it's self-defense of you or defense of others. But other than that, walk away. Let the words go and walk away. Don't get caught up in your ego, because ultimately that ego could lead to a fatality. Whether it's you or them, bad things happen. And you just don't want to be in that situation. So that's my answer to this week's question of the week. Any insights or comments, feel free to make below on your experiences or your thoughts on street fighting. And look forward to the insights. All right, ciao.